So, we've all been seeing the back and forth between Teofimo Lopez and Shakur Stevenson. But the question is this: will this fight actually happen? Will this fight take place? Well, let's assume that it does, even though I don't believe that this fight is going to happen, mainly because Shakur Stevenson is with His Excellency Turki Alalshikh, and Teofimo Lopez disrespected His Excellency many times, and disrespected, most importantly, our religion and the beautiful kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Teofimo, I don't know, a lot of people say that the man is racist. He said some pretty racist stuff over the years, and I don't really blame Turkey for not wanting to work with Teofimo. Yes, Teofimo, you can tell that the man is deep down, he's a good guy. I mean, I've been watching him for a long time, but at some point we gotta stop assuming who you are, and we gotta take you for face value for what you have been showing us. And Teofimo has been showing us that he's really, I hate to say it, but the man is pretty racist. The way that he talks about black fighters, the way that he talks about Arabs, the way that he talks about Muslims. The man has a lot of hate in his heart. And it is very disappointing, because you can tell that deep down he is a good guy, but I don't know if it's his circle or I'm not really sure. But let's actually talk about the fight. I mean, Shakur Stevenson, my goodness. I've always known that Shakur Stevenson is a special fighter. When the pound for pound king Terence Buck Crawford says that you are a generational talent, I gotta take Terence for his word. But especially after watching Shakur's last fight versus William Zepeda, I don't have a question in my mind that not only will he beat Teofimo Lopez, but he will go down as an all-time great. I mean, I actually picked William Zepeda to beat Shakur Stevenson. I was like, let's think about it. Shakur Stevenson never really showed us that he has that grit when it comes to digging deep, and when it comes to actually fighting toe-to-toe with an absolute machine gun. I mean, I call William Zepeda the machine gun of boxing, because the man throws nearly 1,000 punches, or over 1,000 punches per fight, and more than 100 punches per round, which is absolutely ridiculous. And so I truly believed that he was going to beat Shakur Stevenson, but my goodness, the way that Shakur fought, the way that he stood in the pocket, the way that he picked his spots, I mean, the IQ that he showed, the defense in spots, the offense. I mean, Shakur looked like an absolute machine gun. Even though I was saying before the fight that William Zepeda is the machine gun of boxing, but Shakur's combinations, my goodness, that uppercut followed by the straight hand, followed by the straight backhand, with the double jab. I mean, going to the body, in the pocket, rolling with shots. I mean, the man looked marvelous. No question. Generational talent, generational southpaw, all-time great southpaw in the making, I believe. So when it comes to actually this fight versus between Shakur and Teofimo, I don't think it's really a competitive fight, because Teofimo needs to get past his jab, and I don't think he can. I think Teofimo Lopez can easily be frustrated, and if you actually think about it, their personalities outside of the ring tell you a lot about their fighting styles and what makes them tick inside of the ring. Teofimo is very unstable outside of the ring. I mean, the man, one day he tells you that he absolutely loves you and admires you. The next day he rips you behind your back. The other day he apologizes. But when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, the man is so disciplined when it comes to his opinion, which reflects to his fighting style. So when it comes to this matchup, yes, it is going to be, if it happens, even though I don't believe that it will happen, mainly because of what Teofimo Lopez has said over the past couple of months. And if you actually think about it, Shakur Stevenson is chasing the smoke. The man is looking for trouble. But Teofimo, he was complaining throughout his entire career that he is not getting paid, that his former wife took everything from him, that he doesn't have money, this and that. And then after Turki Alalshikh gives him his biggest payday ever versus Arnold Barboza. I mean, I was there. I watched the fight live. I know a lot of people said that Teofimo looked spectacular, but he didn't. I'm telling you, he did not look spectacular. He looked spectacular in comparison to Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney that night, which made the expectations and the bar so low that when Teofimo Lopez actually looked normal or solid, people were raving about his performance. And Turkey gave him the biggest payday of his life. And after that, he gave him even a bigger payday versus Devin Haney, but he declined the fight. Teofimo Lopez is known that throughout his career, he declined Subriel Matias. He declined a fight with Raymond Murataya. He declined the fight with Devin Haney on multiple occasions throughout the years, not just throughout this past year. So, I don't believe that this fight is going to happen, but if it does, I'm backing Shakur Stevenson all the way. Shakur Stevenson isn't really a hateful man. The man loves his family and his boxing. But Teofimo is all over the place. He hates, sometimes you feel like he hates Muslims. Sometimes you feel like he hates black fighters based on the way that he speaks. I mean, the man was talking about Islam and he said that he compared reverting to Islam, he compared it to selling your soul, which is a very, very sad thing to hear from a man who I admired previously. And with him being the same age as me, I believe he's a few months older than me, I was really disappointed because I always root for guys that are my age. I always root for them and wish them nothing but the absolute best. And I've been cheering Teofimo on for the longest, but at some point, when the man keeps disrespecting your religion, your country, and everything you can think of, you gotta draw the line and say, maybe this man isn't as good of a person as I thought he was. So that is my take on the situation between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, and let's see if the fight will happen. But one thing is for sure, if it does happen, I got Shakur Stevenson and I will be backing and rooting for Shakur Stevenson.